Today, I'm going to show you something most doctors don't even talk about. How the type and amount of fat you eat each day plays a direct role in your hormone health, and how fixing this one thing can help you start burning a half pound to a pound of fat per day naturally, without hunger, without drugs, and without doing anything else extreme. I've walked thousands of women through this process. Women just like you who are stuck, they're frustrated, and feeling like their body betrayed them. So if you're a woman over 35 and you're gaining weight despite eating clean and doing everything right, it's not your fault. And no, you don't need to starve yourself or sign up for another round of medication that wreck your metabolism and scramble your hormones. The truth is, your body hasn't betrayed you. It's trying to actually protect you. You've just been given the wrong map. Today, we're going to rewire that map together. Now, let's get to the root. You've probably heard about good fats and bad fats, but let me tell you something that's not being shouted from the rooftops. Fat isn't the enemy. In fact, when you eat the right types of fat in the right amounts, you're not just fueling your body, you're literally feeding your hormones. Hormones are actually made from fat. Your sex hormones like estrogen and progesterone and testosterone, your stress hormones, cortisol, your thyroid hormones, your hunger hormones like leptin and ghrelin, all of these depend on fat to function properly. So when you're being told to go low fat, or worse, even no fat at all, especially after 40, you're not just undernourishing yourself, you're shutting down your hormonal communication system. And that's when the trouble really starts. That's when you start gaining weight around the midsection, and even though you haven't changed anything. That's when sleep gets weird, cravings can ramp up, and your energy crashes. That's when your mood feels off, and your weight just won't come off, even with intense dieting. And here's what your doctor may not have told you, because many of them were trained decades ago when fat was demonized. They weren't taught how different types of fat can either heal or hurt your hormones. So instead of helping you heal the root cause, they offer a prescription, an injection, or a starvation diet. And that's where we get into the real danger. So because those extreme methods might make the scale drop temporarily, but they also push your body deeper into an imbalance. Women who go that route often end up even worse hormone issues later, right? Like adrenal fatigue and thyroid burnout or insulin resistance. Some never recover their natural metabolism again. Let's change that right now for you. You need fat, but not just any fat. You need clean, hormone-loving fat. I'm talking about wild-caught salmon, pasteurized raised eggs, grass-fed ghee, organic coconut oil, avocados, raw nuts, seeds, foods that are rich in omega-3, CLA, and other essential fatty acids that help your body produce and regulate hormones in harmony. These good fats also reduce inflammation, support your brain, and calm your nervous system. Fats you want to avoid are the industrial ones like seed oils, like canola, soy, corn, safflower, and anything hydrogenated. These oils disrupt your hormone receptors and throw your metabolic balance into chaos. They make your fat cells inflamed and less responsive to your own natural fat-burning signals. That's one reason so many women over 40 experience stubborn belly fat. It's not just age, it's hormonal dysfunction driven by toxic fat and stress. So how much fat should you eat in a day? Well, most women over 40 need between 60 to 100 grams of fat per day to support healthy hormone and burn fat efficiently. And that's as long as you're actually a fat burner, not a sugar burner, right? If you're active or if you're working to heal your metabolism, you might need even more. Forget the outdated low-fat charts. They're never based on what the female body actually needs. They're based on faulty science and food industry influence. If you're asking how many grams of fat you should eat a day to lose weight, don't just think of fat as calories. Think of it as a hormone regulator. When your body gets the right fat and you become a fat burner, you naturally reduce cravings. You regulate insulin and you rebalance leptin and ghrelin, your hunger hormones. That means you eat less without force, without obsession, without willpower. That's when fat loss becomes natural and sustainable. You're interested in building muscle? Well, you still need fat. Your body can't build lean tissue without hormonal support, or hormones like testosterone or growth hormones are made from, you guessed it, fat. So whether your goal is weight loss, muscle building, or simply hormonal balance, the answer is never to cut fat. It's to eat the right ones. How much fat can you lose in a week, or, especially when your hormones are balanced? Well, we see anywhere from a half pound to a pound of fat per day without depriving yourself. And this isn't water weight, that's not muscle, that's real fat. And they did it by eating more of the right food, not less. One more thing here, when your hormones are balanced, weight loss becomes a byproduct of healing, not a punishment for being out of balance. So many women have been conditioned to believe they need to fight their body. But your body is not your enemy. It's been trying to talk to you this entire time. The bloating, the craving, the fatigue, belly fat, it's all feedback. And now you have the map to respond. I also want to thank everyone who watched one of my last videos called The Best Diet to Stop Hormonal Weight Gain. That video reached over 5,000 views and still climbing, and the feedback was incredible. What I learned from you is that you're craving more natural, practical, and honest information like that. So in this video, I took your comments and your questions to heart, and I made this one even more thorough. If you find this helpful, or if there's something you want me to go deeper on, please leave a comment below. My team and I read through them. Your feedback matters, and it actually helps shape what we create next. In fact, we might actually use your comment as inspiration for one of the next topics in our video. So let your voice be heard. You're not just part of the community, you're helping lead it. Please consider the long-term effects of relying on these medications, on these recent injections, or starvation diets. Yes, they will create short-term change, but at what cost? Your hormones are delicate. They govern every system in your body. When you override them with drugs like Ozempic, Wegovy, or crash diet, keto, paleo, your risk of long-term damage, things like metabolic resistance, chronic fatigue, thyroid issues, and even premature aging. And most doctors aren't trained in how to prevent that because they're not trained in nutrition at that level. That's what I do, what I've done. I've guided thousands of women through a natural approach that works with your body, not against it. And the results honestly are stunning. You can see the testimonials. Weight loss that feels effortless is what happens. Energy that lasts all day at any age. Confidence is restored. You don't need to starve yourself. We know it. You don't need pills or shots. What you need is to feed your body the way it was designed to be fed, with clean fats, real food, and a deep understanding of how to support hormones naturally. So if this message resonates with you, I want you to know you're not alone, you're not broken, you're not at the detriment of being a woman or being 30, 40, 50, 60. You're just missing the truth. And now that you have it, you can finally move forward. Thank you for being here with me. If this helped you, please share it with other women over 35 and 40 who need to hear this truth. We're not meant to be in silence. You're meant to heal. And it starts by trusting that your body knows exactly what to do. When you give it what it truly needs, that's what it does. So I'll see you in the next video. Until then, trust your body, feed it well, don't deprive it, keep going. You've got this.